Hello, everyone. Do you know for every single success story that you see, there is so much more behind all that glory? Many of us have tales of woe to tell. And today I want to share with you my worst day in business and the things that I learned from it, how I handled it. So, we were working on a project with some prospective funding partners. We were all very excited because clearly we shared the same value system. They came with capacity, we came with knowledge and experience in the field, and it would have been a game changer partnership indeed for both of our companies. We did the due diligence on both sides. We validated the alignment of our visions, the alignment of our values. We both engaged all sorts of consultants, financial consultants, technical, legal, and internally everybody was firing on all cylinders. There was so much excitement in there. Now, we were on this project for 3 years, 3 whole years, trying to set the frameworks, the foundations, the legal constructs, the partnership arrangements, the project valuations, and so on and so forth. Then came a very big blow. One single shift in government policy, and to our mutual dismay, the entire project very swiftly unraveled before our eyes. I mean, we were shocked, we were flabbergasted, we were dismayed, we were disappointed. In fact, disappointment does not begin to capture what we all felt. It was quite simply devastating. We had invested so much time, financial resources, man hours, physical presence, not to mention all the mental and intellectual grind that was involved in the process. So, what did I do? I tell you what, as leaders, as business people, we have to remember that we're human. So I allowed myself to process the disappointment. I allowed myself to own my emotions. And they were very strong ones at that. I mean, I'd put so much into this, like my entire team. Then I allowed myself, as we almost do, the gift of perspective. I mean, personally, I have a conviction that God works all things out for good. I really literally believe that word. And He knows the end from the beginning. So to me, this was clearly not a surprise to Him. The question, therefore, and this is where perspective comes in, was so what was the point of this journey? And you know what? I sat back and did that reflection and realized a few things. First of all, for a partner, a potential partner of that caliber, to have been interested in my business, in partnering with us, it was a validation of the great work I've been doing over the past almost 3 decades in terms of building a world-class institution. So I was able to give myself a pat on the back for that. The other thing was that I recognized that in this process, we had built depth, we had built capacity. I mean, my people and I were stretched professionally, we were stretched intellectually, we were stretched in every way you can imagine. We gained new knowledge, we gained new skills, we built a stronger, more tenacious, and certainly more robust team, a certainly more resilient team, a certainly more resilient organization. And that is always a plus. The other thing is that our systems, our structures, our processes were refined and were strengthened in this process. And you know what? We're able to now take all that capacity that we've built, all that learning over this time, and apply it towards a totally different project. So I didn't allow the disappointments to deter me. And as leaders, as business people, we have to learn how to press past our failings. Martin Luther King Jr. said something. He said, "We must accept finite disappointments, but we must never lose infinite hope." Hope for us must be endless because everything that disappoints you actually just creates capacity that you can translate into something else and have a phenomenal success there. Winston Churchill said, "Success is not final and failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." And for me, that was what I took away, that I gathered the courage to now go and actually start this same kind of project with a totally different group of people. It was courage to rise above the constraints that I saw, courage to rise above the negativity, courage to rise above the disappointment, courage to rejig my business models, taking into cognizance that shift in government policy, courage to enter new conversations, and courage to keep my hope alive despite the, hard knock that we took. So that was my worst day. Terrible experience, but I'm better for it because, like I said, I've taken things out of it and I'm able to use them for something else. And I'm sure that when you look on your journey, If you haven't had it already, when you have that experience, please remember these words, that it is for you to build capacity to do something greater in future. Maya Angelou said something, and I'm going to leave you with this. She said, "You may encounter defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, and how you can still come out of it." It's about capacity. The hard knocks don't kill, and failure is simply one step on your journey to the phenomenal business you're building. Next time, I'll be here to talk about something else. Take care.